It's okay. Good evening, everybody, and testing 1 2 3 testing, testing 1 2 3 testing. Hang on, I may not be. Fredette comes set now and deals. And that one's up high, so it's ball 2. The 2-1 delivery to Canasti now. Low, 3-1, so Fredette now in danger of walking a run across. And here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike, so the count's now full with 1 out. And there's strike 3, so they're now 2 away. So with 2 outs, the middle infielders will take a couple of steps back and play in their regular depth. Brings up Nick Kinsella, the left fielder. Kinsella, as you see, bats from the right side. Fredette now trying to get out of this jam here early in the game. First pitch fastball misses up high. Ball 1. And Fredette comes set again. And the pitch. There's a pop-up in foul ground. Chasing is the catcher and pitcher, and they let the catcher take it. And the catcher makes the grab. Pretty play that time by Dave Bernier to end the threat here for South Windsor, as they had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, but they leave them loaded. And we'll be back with the bottom of the first inning. Bristol coming to bat.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, back here at Muzzy Field. We're moving on to the bottom of the first inning, and leading it off for Bristol will be the pitcher, Cody Fredette. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Noah Plantamuro. Matt Goulet, second baseman, follows him batting third. Jake Violet will bat in the cleanup spot. He's playing first base, as you already know. Alec DeLoretto, the center fielder, batting fifth. Ryan Green, the big St. Paul product, batting sixth in the EH spot. Anthony Lozier, the left fielder, batting seventh. Steve Warkowski, the third baseman, batting eighth. And Dave Bernier, the catcher, batting ninth. And batting 10th will be Mike Lemke, the right fielder. So on the mound for South Windsor is the big right-hander with the bushy hair, Mickey Howe. And behind the plate, Jake Main. Down there at first, Chuck King. And Cam O'Mara down there at second base. Shortstop, Hunter Pasqualini, Brady Ward. will play third, and we'll round that one out right after this first pitch, way up and in for a ball. Out in left field, Nick Kinsella, he's got the shade out there, as does his teammate Brendan Mabey. He'll be covering a lot of ground out here in center field at Muzzy Field. And here's the 1-0 to Fredette, and he's in there for a strike. Out there in right field, Anthony Canasi. Fredette in yesterday's game was 0 for 3. Flied out to right field all 3 times. There's a high chopper to the third baseman. Ward comes across and makes the throw. Nice stretch by Chuck King to get the put out. So that's 1 up, 1 down here for Bristol in the bottom of the first. Noah Plantamura steps in. Noah in yesterday's game was 1 for 3, and that big upset by Bristol over Avon by the score of 2-1, scoring a run in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead, and then they hung on as their strike 1 to Plantamuro. Going into last night's game, Hunter was batting Noah batting 362, and he upped it a little bit yesterday. There's a line drive, diving snap. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Diving snap by the shortstop Pasqualini to rob Plantamura of a single. Pretty play that time by the shortstop. Brings up Matt Goulet with 2 outs. South End Windsor up there in Zone 8. They sure are going to be a contender in this state tournament. Right now they're leading that Zone 8. There's a short ground ball to the pitcher. And underhanding to first is Howe, and that'll do it here in the top of the first inning. Bottom of the first inning for Bristol. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're through 1 inning here. Beautiful Muzzy Field, downtown Bristol, Connecticut. The score is 0-0.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, back here at Muzzy Field in downtown Bristol, Connecticut, or close to downtown. We're in the top of the second inning in this exhibition game between the Zone 8 leader, South Windsor, and the second-place team in Zone 1, Bristol Post 2. So leading it off here in the top of the 2 will be Mickey Howe, the pitcher. Mickey bats from the left side as the shade starts to come over the majority of the field now. I'm sure that Corey Fredette, the pitcher, likes that part, that shade now covers him, covers all of the infields except maybe not so much on Jake Violet at first. And his first pitch curveball is down low for a ball. Home plate umpire signals balls really with her hands behind her back, and then it just clicks the clicker and she has in her hands, doesn't really gesture one way or another. Foul ball. Back to the backstop. Count evens at 1-1. And Mickey Howe's a UConn, attends UConn. He's one of the Yankee favorite. He loves the Yankees. Half this team, as I said, let me line it up for you. Pasqualini, Kinsella, Howe, they like the Yankees. Everybody else likes the Red Sox, except Ben Rapp, who likes the Bristol Blues, and Anthony Canasi, who's a Pirates fan. Swing and a miss. Big cut that time by Howe. The count's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curveball. He checked it, and they're going to say he didn't go. Yep, looked like their home plate umpire for a second there was going to – female umpire, yeah. Yep, looked like she was – I've seen her do the bases before. This is my first time with her behind home. There's a pop-up down the left field line and foul grounds, and that one's going to drop in for base hit. Now, it was going to be in foul. Then it went over to fair. Hard to tell out there from here. We got the sun in our face here. But that's a base hit, though. Slap base hit, really, by Mickey Howe down that left field line. First hit of the game. Not the first base run of the game, as South Windsor left the bases loaded last inning, but it's the second. It's a Chuck King now steps in. And it doesn't look like over at first. Howe doesn't have a very big lead. There's a fastball up and in, ball 1. Fredette has only pitched in 6 1/3 innings and given up only 1 extra base hit in the 6 1/3 innings. There's a fastball, and they're going to call that one in. Fredette thought it might have cut the corner, but it didn't. 2 balls, no strikes now as the catcher Bernier looks in for the sign from the dugout. Coaching staff calls the pitches for Bristol. There's a strike. Those 2 balls and 1 strike. Not a bad contingent of Bristol people here. Everybody lining up in the third base dugout. Above the third base dugout in the stands because of the sun. Nobody's really above the first base dugout. Swing and a miss. That time by King. South Windsor in their traditional navy blue shirts with a white stripe down the sides, gray pants. Bristol in their traditional gray with red sleeves. There's the ball. So it counts full now. See if South Windsor runs the runner. I doubt it because Mickey Howe doesn't have a very big lead. But you never know. The kick in the deal. He doesn't go. And there's a pop-up foul. That'll be out of play. Right over behind us. And looks like it might have hit a net above us. Didn't hear it bang on Muzzy Street behind us. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Still, with nobody out, Chuck King now. And here's the pitch, and strike 3 called. Good hard fastball. That was on the outside part of the plate. And King just looked at it. Second strike out of the game for Fredette. And stepping up now is Cam O'Mara, second baseman. And Fredette comes set. Howe was still a short lead. There's a strike right down the middle. It's going to be 0-1 to Cam O'Mara. As I said, a lot of these players, names are familiar to me because they played in that Northeast Regional tournament for Junior American Legion. They won the tournament even though they didn't win the state. And there's a chopper foul. And we note tonight that we have a female umpire behind home plate. I remember when South Windsor won that Northeast Regional tournament, they had a female second baseman playing for them. Fredette looks in. The 0-2 pitch now to O'Mara. Curveball tipped, and it just hit the ground, so just a little, couldn't hang on to it. So it'll remain 0-2. O'Mara waited, just sort of waved at that pitch. And here comes Fredette's 0-2 delivery. Fastball, chopper towards short. This could be 2. He'll take it himself and fire it at first. He gets it. So call that one a 6-3, 6 unassisted. Circle it. It was a double play. And that leaves the bases empty in the half inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're moving on to the bottom of the second inning. See if they're going to play 7 or 9. They said depending upon whether or not they have enough pitching to get through it. So they've decided, yep. Paul LaFleur, the manager of Bristol, has told me they're going to play 7 only. We'll be back.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
And welcome back to Muzzy Field in this exhibition game between Bristol, Post 2, and South Windsor of Zone 8. Storied history for Bristol. I think they have the most, if I'm not mistaken, the most state championships of any team in Connecticut. And they're going to face now Jake Violet for Bristol will step up to the batter's box for the first time tonight. Violet on the season so far, batting .294. Going into yesterday's game, he was 0 for 1, so slightly less than that. But he did get on base twice, 2 walks last night. You're just getting those free passes yesterday. House pitch, fastball down and in for ball 1. We're perched here in the press box at Muzzy Field, which is straight behind home plate for many years. It was up about 75 steps down the third base line. I'm glad that they put in these renovations before I got any older. Here's the 2-0 pitch now to Jake Violet. There's the strike. 2-1 as he splits the middle of the plate. And the 2-1 check swing. That one goes right in towards the South Windsor dugout and actually makes it inside the dugout. What a great place to play and watch a game here at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut. The dugouts are truly like real dugouts. At least the first base side one goes down. Then there's locker rooms behind each dugout. And there's a ball outside. 3-2. Air-conditioned press box. Yeah, right now it's about 80 degrees, but it's air-conditioned. Yes, what beautiful renovations here. There's a fly ball, foul territory down the right field line. It'll be out of play down there in that picnic grove area that they improved. They moved the warm-up mounds into the field of play a couple years back. It used to be the mound, the warm-up mound on the third base side was behind the left field bleachers on the right side in where the picnic grove mound is now. There's a pop-up in the infield, shallow right to make it accurate, and the right fielder, Anthony Canasi, snags that one. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up Alec DiLoretto. Alec he was up once yesterday. Struck out, I believe, as I recall. He'll try to make up for it now. It's the great part about exhibition games is you get a lot of players to play because that's what they come out for these teams for, is to play. American Legion has switched to a substitution rule, which is similar to the high school rule. Their starters can go 1 in and out. For tonight's game, though, I think in an exhibition, they both decided that they'll allow each other to do whatever they want, except don't change the batting order. So how now is a 2-0 count now on DiLoretto? Swing and a miss. Outside fastball that time, and DiLoretto just chased it. And it looks like South Windsor's coaching staff calls the pitches as well. And there's a swing and a miss as well. So there's 2 strikes now to DiLoretto. See if I can snag DiLoretto's batting average here. There's a chopper down towards third, foul. And DiLoretto comes into the game batting .371, slightly less than that. He's 0 for 1 yesterday. 1 double. 7 walks, 13 hits, and 35 at-bats. Not bad. With a wooden bat, that's really good. There's the pitch. There's a chopper down to short. And Pasqualini gets it. Just gets him as he fires that one across the diamond. Brings up the big EH, Ryan Green. This young man was all NVL last year, Naugatuck Valley League. Really stellar hitter for St. Paul of Bristol. It's a real threat at any one point to go deep. That's how it looks in. Tall right-hander deals. Curveball, that one's a strike. And the 0-1, another curveball, strike 2. Green batting .349 on the year. He has 10 RBIs, leads the team, 3 doubles. No triples, no homers, though, yet. 3 curves in a row. There's a ground ball to third. Taking it as missed. Now he grabs it with a long throw. Wild. Oh, we didn't get him. And the runner is safe. They're calling down an E5. Third baseman bobbled it. And just couldn't make the play. First error of the game for South Windsor. And the first base runner of the game for Bristol. So with 2 outs, Anthony Lozier will come up. Green not really a threat to run. See if he has any stolen bases on here. He actually has 3, so you never know. Fastball, there's a ground ball to short, and that time Pasqualini tosses it over to O'Meara for the final out of the inning. Well, Bristol got a runner on, but they couldn't get a run across. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We're moving on to the top of the third. No score between South Windsor and Bristol. Legion team number 2.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Couldn't make it. Back here at Muzzy Field. And congratulations to Paul LaFleur at the Hot Stove Dinner this year. Got a Hall of Fame induction. He's well-deserved. He started, Paul, 50 years ago did the manager, he's the current manager, general manager of Bristol American Legion, also doubles here as tonight he's actually the scorekeeper and the public address announcer. He's doing it all here for Bristol American Legion, all on a volunteer basis. This is Bristol's 90th consecutive year of American Legion baseball. Just incredible. So leading it off here in the top of the third inning for South Windsor is going to be Jake Main, the catcher. And he'll be facing Cody Fredette for the first time tonight. And there's the 0-0 pitch. It's way up and in for ball 1. The 1-0 is low, so it's 2-0. I have a lot of memories myself at this field, coaching high school baseball here in semifinal games, final games. It's a great place. It's a great baseball atmosphere. There's the first strike to Jake Main. The home also of the Bristol Blues. There's a fastball up and in. It's 3-1. That's that. I believe they're in the Northeast Collegiate Baseball League. Is that it, Paul? Yeah. They got quite a following here. And there's ball 4. So Jake Main, the leadoff hitter, actually the 10th batter in the lineup for South Windsor, gets aboard. Third walk of the game for Cody Fredette. So they always say that if you walk the leadoff batter, who's the 9 batter with nobody out, that you're in trouble. Well, what if you walk the number 10 batter in the lineup? Is now Maine has a big lead at first base, and the first pitch, it misses inside. Not missing by much. A little up and in to Brady Ward. Brady grounded to short his last time out. That's what Fredette wants to get here. There's a fastball high, 2-0. Yeah, he's been high up and in usually, too, on his pitches. He comes set. Maine not going to take off. No use taking off if the pitcher doesn't throw strikes. He'll wait. There's a ball down low. It's 3-0. You don't want to risk having an out for nothing. 3 balls, no strikes now. I would imagine Brady Ward will take all the way. You never know in an exhibition game. And that one's low, so it's ball 4. So 2 walks in a row here in the top of the 3rd. 4th walk of the game now issued by Fredette. It's an exhibition game, so neither coach really wants to use a lot of his pitchers. Brendan Mabee walked and was stranded at 3rd in the 1st inning when South Windsor left the bases loaded. Now with nobody out, see if they bunt. As Mabee then steps in. Maybe he'll bunt. And Fredette, no, he's not. And there's the first pitch strike. That one on the outside part of the plate. Right around letter high. Maybe they were giving him a pitch before they determined what to do. With 2 walks in a row. Here's the 0-1 from Fredette. Curveball, that one goes in the dirt. Good block that time by Bernier. Well, Fredette, as we said, pitched about 6 1/3 innings so far this season. He's walked 5 in those 6 1/3 innings, so he does walk some people. And now comes set again at 1-1. And he spins and looks the runner at second. No play. Outfield basically somewhat shallow. They're not deep. Rather, they're about straight away. A little bit to the weak side, if you want to call it that. And here's the 1-1. Swing and a tip off the catcher's mitt, so it's 1-2. Well, back in the 1st inning, Fredette allowed him to be loaded and then came back and got 2 outs in a row with a strikeout and a pop to the catcher. See if he can get out of it now. No score. Top of the 3rd. And here's the 1-2. That one just missed up high. Seems like the strike zone is a little bit tough on those up and out pitches and up and in pitches. And it's got to get it in that area. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Brendan Mabee. There's a chopper foul. Rolls just past the Bristol dugout. Do it again at 2-2. South Windsor got here about 15 minutes later than they wanted to. Traffic on the interstate probably resulted in that one. It's a tough time to travel from northeast Connecticut down to central Connecticut. And there's a fastball in. So it's 3-2. And it's payoff pitch with nobody out. Don't want to walk the bases loaded. Maybe would rather hit than walk anyway, especially in an exhibition game. Here's the pitch. It's a chopper towards short, a high bouncer. They'll have a tough time. He's going to have to go to first. Long throw, and they're saying they got him. They're saying they got him at first. It was close. That was the only play he had because of the high chop. And he got him at first base, but the runners advance up, so it's just as good as a bunt. So now there's runners on 3rd and 2nd with 1 out. And up comes Pasqualini, who walked his first time up. So they're up on the corners. The middle infielders are about halfway, probably because it's early in the game, and plus they're facing the number 3 batter. And here's the 0-0. There's a foul ball left side. So Pasqualini aggressively going right after it. This gives each team a chance to measure themselves. Teams who play outside their zone, they get to see what it's like to play teams from other zones. Lets them know a little bit what to expect when they get into the state tournament. Curveball in the dirt, so it's 1-1. With Sporting News CT, it's about 8 or 9. Yeah. My 8th or 9th year, I'd imagine, here at Sporting News CT. It's from 2011, I remember I was doing games for it, so that's 7. So about 2 years before that. And there's another ball, so it's 2-1 now to Pasqualini. mentored by the wizard himself, Don Boyle. There's a ground ball to second. That'll score a run, though. It's too slow to have any play at home. So Pasqualini will get an RBI, but scored that one 4-3. Maine scores. Ward goes over to second. So South Windsor gets on the scoreboard first. They lead it by the score of 1-0. Ben Rapp steps up. The EH got a base hit his last time up. So the walks really hurt Fredette that time, as the walk scored and there was no hits in the inning, and South Windsor takes a 1-0 lead. And the first pitch, curveball beans him off the head. And Rapp a little bit upset, but that was a curveball that just sort of bopped him on the top, so I doubt he was hurt on that at all as he runs down to first base. But, you know, he just sort of ducked straight down, and then it just went off his helmet. Not a very hard pitch, so. But in any event, that's the fifth freebie that Fredette has given up. 4 walks, 1 hit. Now first and third, see what South Windsor will do. Anthony Canasi comes up. He struck out swinging his first time up. Fredette looks in for the sign. Now comes set and deals. Hard fastball. There's a ground ball to third baseman. Takes it. He'll go to second to short way, and they get the force. So that'll do it here for South Windsor in the top of the third inning. They come up with a run, though, 1 run on no hits, no errors, and they leave nobody on base. We'll be right back. At the bottom of the third, South Windsor has taken a slim 1-0 lead.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National.
Well, welcome back to Muzzy Field here in Bristol, Connecticut. The entire field, just about the entire field, except for one little swath there, all covered in shade now. And that's going to bring up Steve Warkowski now in the bottom of the third inning. Yeah, except for the press box, right? Steve Warkowski steps in, batting 8th in the lineup, the third baseman. Let's see if we can pick up Warkowski, a whopping .462 batting average going into last night's game. He's got 6 hits and 13 at-bats, so let's see what he did yesterday. He was 0 for 1. So there's a chopper down to third. Taking it on a long hop is Ward. Fires across the diamond to get the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Dave Bernier, the catcher. Bernier only has 1 hit, 17 at-bats so far, trying to get off the snide. 1 RBI, but he had walked 6 times. And the first pitch from Howe to Bernier, curveball, gets in there for a strike. Hard fastball that time, swing and a miss by Bernier. Here's 0-2, deep hole to get out of already. And see what Howe delivers him here. Fastball, this one fouled back, tipped off the bat of Mr. Bernier, and so remains at 0-2, so Bernier stays alive. As Howe looks in for the sign. The big right-hander with the fancy kick now. Time was out, so he just kicked without letting go of the ball. So curveball, that one low. So it's now 1-2. Fastball, chop foul, and nice snag by Coach LaPenta down at third base. Beautiful field here at Muzzy. It's just taking a little bit of a beating behind home plate. But the field in play is in great shape. That one's fouled off into the netting above the stands here. This field also drains very well, and the grounds crew is excellent, so very few games get canceled in the tournaments and games. Swing and a miss. Took a little off that one, and Bernier just went right through it. That's the first strikeout of the game for Mickey Howe. So with 2 outs, up comes Mike Lemke, the right fielder, batting 10th tonight. Lemke on the year batting 158. He has also walked 6 times, so he gets on base, and scrappy player. Also the son of Ricky Lemke. I think there's assistant coaches, both of them, Rick and Ricky. And there's strike 1 to Mike. American flag in center field, just draping down, only moving slightly. Not a lot of wind here as the sun is still barely out. There's a curveball over the plate for strike 2. Another curve, ground ball to short. This one takes a lot of hops and goes to Pasqualini. Long throw, did they get him? Yes, they did, but barely. Scored that one a 6-3. 3 up, 3 down here for Bristol in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. South Windsor continues to lead it by the score. Slim one, 1-0.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
Well, back here at Bristol's Muzzy Field, Bristol has a new pitcher warming up now. The pitcher's Alec DiLoretto. And we have to see who's taking over Alec's spot in center field. It's a single digit, that much I know, but my eyesight just... So they just flip-flopped. Cody Fredette goes off to center field. And imagine the rest seems the same. So Alec DiLoretto will take over the pitching duties, and let's see if we have anything on him. And we do. DiLoretto's only pitched in 1 game. He's pitched a total of only 1 inning, so he's going to get some work tonight. Good idea to get the young man some work. American Legion, you need a lot of pitchers to win the state tournament and to move on. To either advance in the tournament or win it, you need a lot. You never have enough pitching in the American Legion. It's now DiLoretto, who's only pitched 1 inning and C's. Pitched to 3 batters, struck out 1 of them. So he's going to be facing Nick Kinsella for the first time. So the book will be closed on Cody Fredette. Fredette gave up only 1 hit Actually, 2 hits I have him down for. And struck out 2, walked 4, hit 1. So up on the scoreboard out there, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for South Windsor. All zeros up on the board for Bristol. Kinsella steps in now. He popped to the catcher his first time up. Kinsella, another UConn player. So they got 3 players who go to UConn. Maybe Kinsella and Howe. O'Mara goes to the University of Maryland. Jake Maine, believe it or not, goes to Harvard. First pitch from D. Loretto is a strike. A second pitch, rather. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now to D. Loretto. For D. Loretto. Fastball, that one's in there. Swing and a miss by Kinsella, so it's 1-2. O'Mara, the second baseman for South Windsor, goes to the University of Maryland. That one misses, so it's 2-2 now to Kinsella. He's got a number of colleges here. Brady Ward, the leadoff hitter, goes to Florida State. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 batter up, and D. Loretto struck him out. Well, in yesterday's game, Bristol was trailing by the score of 1-0. Gave up a sole run in the first to Avon. Didn't allow Avon to score after that. Scored 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th to take the victory in that big Zone 1 matchup yesterday. Curveball's in there for a strike to Howe. Howe got a base hit down the left field line his first time up. And the lights are on here at Muzzy as the sun just touches the top of those fir trees out there in left center. And here's the 0-1 now to Howe. Fly out to shallow left center, and chasing it down is the left fielder Lozier, and he makes the catch. Outfielders don't play as deep in American Legion sometimes they do in the high school season because of the nature of the wood bats. A little bit harder. You got to hit that ball really well with a wood bat to make it fly. Brings up Chuck King, the first baseman for South Windsor, who struck out looking his first time up. King goes to Emmanuel College. He takes one up and in. There's another pop up in the infield. Calling is the third baseman, Warkowski. Comes over and makes the catch. Has to rough it. Made it look a little hard as that pop-up went up there high, but 3 up, 3 down. So D. Loretto puts his team in a position now to come back in this game. They're only trailing by 1. He shuts them down. We're moving on to the bottom of the 4th. South Windsor 1, Bristol 0.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Back here at Muzzy Field, Mickey Howe still on the mound for South Windsor. He's pitched well. He's only given up 1 run, 2 hits. His team has left 3 runners on base so far in the game, and that's where it stands. He holds a 1-0 lead. Bristol will come up now at the top of their order. They've only batted with 1 batter over. Well, actually, they've batted to the limit because there's 10 players here with the extra hitter, but with 9 batters, they've batted 1 over the limit. His Howe's been pretty good. He's only struck out one, but he's given up, let me see, most of them are pop-ups, ground balls, and so on. Cody Fredette steps in, but Cody, quite a hitter in his own right. Corey, rather. That's only 259, but he has 5 doubles, a triple, and a homer. And the first pitch from Howe to Fredette. Curveball in there for strike. Don't know whether or not Mickey Howe plays for UConn at all. We know he goes there. There's a pop-up down, foul ground, right side, first baseman. King chasing it, and he makes the one-handed catch. Going to bring up Noah Plantamuro, who lined the short. Great play that time by Pasqualini to rob him of a base hit. Plantamuro just right around a 350 batting average now. But he's got 7 RBIs, 1 double, 4 walks. He's only struck out once this year. And the first pitch to him. Ground ball back to the pitcher. The one hop to Howe. Throws it the first 40 out. One pitch, one in the second out. And that brings up Matt Goulet as this game is moving along. Goulet grounded back to the pitcher his last time up.
Second baseman number 10, Matt Goulet.
And that one's outside, ball 1. Big ballpark here. Was it 429 down the left field line? I mean, sorry, no, 329. 429. That'll be a blast. 326, I believe, down the right field line. There's a foul ball. That one's going to be out on Muzzy Street. Look out, cars, as that one bounces on somebody's on the road out there. Didn't hit a car, just rolled across the street. Looks like it's 402 out there into left, deep left center. That's a blast. Babe Ruth got the first home run here back in, I believe, 1911. Around somewhere around there. And I remember the year when a tornado came through this field. There's a curveball in the dirt. Took out a tree out there in left center and came through and did some damage. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Mac Goulet, the second baseman. Fastball, line drive, base hit to left. A solid single. The first hit of the game for Bristol, and that one was roped. That's what happens when you fall behind in the count. Goulet makes him pay for it, and with 2 outs, Bristol's got a base runner. So up comes Jake Violette, who's flied to right his first time up. Violette at 294, 5 ribbies on the year so far. Runner goes, first pitch. Here's the throw. They're not going to get him. Just took too long to get rid of it. Couldn't get out of his glove very quickly, and just like that, Goulet has a stolen base. Let me see. Goulet on the season. He has 12 stolen bases. That's number 13, so this young man can fly. Not along with his 378 batting average. They just didn't have a chance if you're not going to get rid of the ball quick. Howe looks in. 1-0 count now. Still 2 outs to Violette. And he slide steps and deals. That one's popped foul. That's going to be out of play on the right side, so it'll be 1-1. No game tomorrow, as I know, on Sporting News CT. Keep checking out our website for games. There's a curveball for a strike. 1-2 now. Howe slides to the runner, goes high fastball. Will they throw to third? They will. Dangerous to throw it, and Third baseman flings his glove at it, and there it is. The run scores on an error by the catcher. So the game's now knotted up at 1 on that Bristol error. As the third baseman just ran to cover the bag, and the guy had it stolen, and the catcher at that time, Maine, just shouldn't have thrown it. But he did throw it wild. You see the third baseman throw his glove at it. Even if the glove had hit the ball, the runner would have scored automatically. It would have been interference on the third baseman by using his glove, throwing his glove. There's a pop-up in foul ground. Chasing it is the first baseman. He won't get it, so King doesn't have an arm that stretches that far. And it's 1-2 now to the hitter. And as usually happens in these games, the pitcher will end up striking the batter out or getting an out. So the only hit of the game so far for Bristol, 2 stolen bases. That's what speed will do for you. And a wild throw by the catcher, and it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one's pop foul, same place. And this one almost makes it on the Muzzy Street, but not quite. And here's the pitch. Curveball in there for strike 3. They knew it. He just watched it, did Violet, and he goes down watching it, and that's usually what happens. Something like that with an error by the catcher to allow a run, and the next thing the batter strikes out anyway. 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error, and there was nobody left on base. We're through 4 complete innings here at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut. The score now, South Windsor 1, Bristol 1. We'll be right back at the top of the 5th.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Oh, back here at Muzzy. 1-1. Going into the top of the 5th. On the mound, Alec DiLoretto came on in relief of Corey Fredette. And Fredette pitched very well, only gave up 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 4 though and hit 1, and the walk scored. But Bristol just popped back into it with a run the last inning, and its first pitch in there for a strike to Cam, a pinch hitter. Looks like, let me see the numbers. And that one's a curve in the dirt. Number 24 is Dan Kruzik. So he'll come on in for Cam O'Mara. Kruzik goes to the University of Rhode Island. And he takes the 1-1 as a long ball inside is a long-armed pitch by DiLoretto. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the leadoff hitter, Kruzik. And it's inside, ball 3. Your team gets a run for you. You got to try to put up a 0 the next inning. Hiding his face a little bit is DiLoretto, and here's the 3-1. There's a strike. And 3-1, and there's a foul ball straight back. Kruzik is only player on this team to be a Mets fan. Wow, is it tough to be a Mets fan this year? The season they're having, you'd want to hide. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout of the night for DiLoretto. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Jake Maine coming up. Maine walked his last time up. Storied Muzzy Field used to have the home of the Bristol Red Sox many years ago. Used to love to come down here to watch games. And there's strike one. So DiLoretto, he pounds that zone. I remember Butch Hoskinson over there in that third base dugout occasionally getting thrown out of games. There's a ground ball to second base. And it's snapped over to first. Goulet makes a nice play. 2 up, 2 down here in the fifth. Brings up the top of the order. Brady Ward comes up. He grounded to short and walked. We've only had 3 hits in the game so far. One by Ben Rapp. The other by Mickey Howe for South Windsor. And the only hit of the game so far for Bristol is by Matt Goulet, who scored in the last inning. First pitch to Ward. Curved ball. Ooh, that one just missed. Not by much. So it's 1-0. There's a ball down low, 2-0. Hard fastball. That one's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Ward. The light's starting to take effect here at Muzzy. There's a hard ground ball to short. Takes a wild hop up, but getting it is a shortstop Plantamuro, and he makes the pretty play over to first base. 3 up, 3 down here. So DiLoretto does his job, puts up the 0 for his team. We'll be right back. In the bottom of the 5th inning, we're all tied up from South Windsor and Bristol at 1.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
While I was...
All right, back here at Muzzy Field, we're moving on to the bottom of the 5th inning, all tied up at 1. The pinch hitter, Dan Kruzik, we know that he went out to left field. Cam O'Mara, who he went in for, and they're keeping him in the game. So a little bit of a switcheroo here, which they're allowed to do only because it's an exhibition game. And it brings up Alec DiLoretto, the new pitcher, former center fielder. And he takes the first pitch for a strike from Howe. 1 run on 2 hits and 2 errors for South Windsor. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors for Bristol. Curveball, this one misses inside, counts 1-1. And I know there's a pitcher warming up. There's a foul ball right back into the net. 0-2, 0-2 to, and here's the 2-2 pitch. It's hit.
Diversity.
Anthony Lozier now on the mound. Chuck King, the first baseman. Sidearms one. And Number 9, Zach Marquis comes in with runners at the corners and time called. Inning started with a base hit by DiLoretto. Green walked, then a sac bunt by Lozier. But then a ground ball to short, backhanded by the shortstop Pasqualini, and threw to home, but he short-hopped it. But nice catch by Maine and nice tag by Maine to just get the runner DiLoretto before he could touch that base. And now Zach Marquis steps in. Marquis batting .241. He has 5 ribbies on the year. And see what happens over there at first base with Warkowski. Does he go? Probably not. There's the pitch inside, ball 1. See if Warkowski has any stolen bases on the year. No, he doesn't. Bending over now is King. He's that slide arm stuff he throws. It's inside, ball 2. That's a strange delivery. It's not really a submarine, but it's like he lines up as if he's going to throw a submarine pitch. Then he just snaps it with his wrist, a sidearm pitch from a low angle. Here's the 2-0, swing and a miss. As that time he caught Zach Marquis trying to hit one off the scoreboard in left field, the old scoreboard. Or above where that Jim Rice jersey is out there. Jim Rice used to play for the Bristol Red Sox. And here's the pitch. Chopper foul, so it's now 2-2 rather. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Marquis. And they're looking at the runner on first saying, why didn't he take off? He must have missed a sign. See if they're going to send him now with 2 strikes. He's got a huge lead. This is like a ridiculous lead over there. He didn't step off. And he ignores him. They ignore the runner. They're trying to get a rundown between first and second to score the runner from third. And the pitcher didn't bite, so let's see if they do it again. And it looks like they're going to do it again. They're trying to get him to throw it over so they get a long throw. They're trying to manufacture a run some way, somehow. Now he's got a short lead. The runner goes. Oh, now that's really almost a balk. They're going to get him. Will they get him in time? They got him, but did he score? She's saying he scored. Are they saying no run? I know. And the first time the umpire said yes. Now she said no. So now I guess she's saying no. So it all backfired as Warkowski is thrown out. The run doesn't count. Is now Coach LaPenta is going to be asking her, home plate umpire, what's that? And they thought they might have got him on the tag, like that the tag might have been late. And now they're still conversing over there at home, somewhere in front of the pitcher's mound, rather. And see if they make any changes. Usually they don't when the teams are off the field. And it looks like we're going to be moving on to the next inning. But no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors. And they left 1 runner on base. It's only the second runner Bristol is left on base. We'll be right back. At the top of the 6th inning, we're still in a 1-1 ball game.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
All right, back here at Muzzy Field. Little controversy there at the end of that 5th inning. As Coach LaPenta for Bristol arguing that there was a balk on the part of the pitcher when he spun around. But the umpires don't call it, don't see it that way. In any event, they ruled that the runner did not cross home plate before the tag out at second base. So the game is still tied, and we're moving on to the top of the 6th, and Alec DiLoretto came on in relief of Corey Fredette. Has done very well so far. He's had 6 batters up and 6 batters down, as he's going to face Brendan Mabey now. Oh, they got a new pitcher for Bristol. That's number 1, right? So he is Mike Lemke. So Mike Lemke comes on to pitch for Bristol now, and the book is closed on DiLoretto. And DiLoretto goes off to right field. So he'll face Mabey, Brendan Mabey. And here's the first pitch from him. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Mabey walked and grounded out to short. There's a fly ball, right field line in foul territory. Chasing is the first baseman. He can't get it as it goes off the fence. Good effort by Violette, but he just couldn't get there in time. A new catcher now for this Ganavage now comes on to catch for Bernier. Ganavage caught last night's game. And here's a curveball ripped into left field. That one hung up there, and Mabey just pulled the ball. So South Windsor gets a runner aboard. Only their 3rd hit of the game so far. That'll bring up the lefty, Hunter Pasqualini, who walked and grounded out to second. And his first pitch from Lemke, curveball down low and in. And a number of signs being given by the third base coach down there for South Windsor. Pasqualini, the shortstop for this team. Fastball outside, gets away from the catcher, and the runner will advance. There's just no chance that time. Hesitation a little bit by the runner, but he gets there. See if they call that one a pass ball or not. So a pass ball gets the runner to second base with nobody out. Pasqualini will try to pull it now. That's his job. 2-0. Pitch coming up. Way inside, nearly hits him. They're saying it did hit him, and they're giving him first base. So hit by a pitch and a base hit. And Lemke's just got 2 runners aboard right away, and that comes up Ben Rapp now, the EH. Will step into the batter's box. There's maybe they're going to have, I don't know what the third base coach was doing. He was going over a number of signs right in front of the batter. He could have just told him what he wanted. Right? The EH steps in, nobody out, and 2 runners on here. In the top of the 6th, we're all in a 1-1 ball game. Here's the pitch, is inside for ball 1. Lemke came on in relief of DiLoretto, pitched well. He only faced 6 batters, got them all out. Came on in relief of Corey Fredette, who pitched pretty well. Gave up only 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 4, hit 1. Now they're going to say that's some kind of a balk, right? He dropped the ball from the rubber. So the worst thing you can have, because now you don't have to have the batter think about bunting them over. And now Bristol will bring the infield up on the edge with nobody out and a 1-0 pitch to the cleanup hitter. And slide stepping, fastball inside, so it's 2-0. Lemke on the season, I don't have any pitching stat for him, so he hasn't pitched. There's a pop-up into center, shallow center field. Coming on to get you, it's the center fielder, just what the doctor ordered. Almost an infield fly. But scored that one in F8 in shallow left center. And now there's 1 out. And that's going to bring up Anthony Canasi. So the cleanup hitter almost pops it up. If the infield was back, that would have been, or could have been, an infield fly. Lemke now. Still from the stretch, sidesteps, throws the pitch down the middle for strike one. Taking all the way was Kanasi. Remember that South Windsor left them loaded without scoring in the first inning. Here's the 1-0 down low. Good block that time by Gnavage. The count's now 1-1. Lemke looks in for the sign. Infield all the way up. There's the bunt. It's a squeeze, and it's a beauty. He shuffles it home. He won't have any chance, but he throws to first. Does he get him at first? Yes. And South Windsor has affected the suicide squeeze and scored the go-ahead run. Scored that one 1-3. An RBI bunt by Anthony Kanasi puts South Windsor ahead 2-1. Well, that's what the box did for you. Is now there's a runner on third with 2 outs, and Nick Kinsella comes up. And first pitch is ball 1. Perfectly executed squeeze. Really, the third baseman, Warkowski, had no chance to get the runner at home. Pitcher tried to get it. He couldn't scoop it in time. Get it over there. Just rolled towards the left side. So it's 2-0. Kinsella popped to the catcher and struck out so far tonight. And here's the 2-0 pitch by Lemke. It's down low for ball 3. So Lemke's had a rough go of it so far. Maybe singled. Got the second on a pass ball. Then Pasqualini was hit by a pitch. Rapp then flied out. And there's a strike, so it's 3-1 to Kinsella. And the suicide squeeze after, I think it was Pasqualini was hit by a pitch, right? And here's the ball down low. Good block by Gnavage, and that's a walk. So Kinsella walks. And now runners are at the corners. Mickey Howe steps in now. He's the starting pitcher for South Windsor. Pitched quite well. Only gave up 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Now an outside for ball 1. Pitching away to Howe. Howe got a slap base hit down that left field line way back in the second inning. Lemke trying to limit the damage. Line drive, 1 hopper to second baseman. He'll toss it over. So that's Golette to Plantamuro, and they get out of it. Scored that one a 4-3. But not before South Windsor scores the go-ahead run on 1 run. There was 1 hit. There were no errors, and they leave 2 runners on base. So that'll do it for South Windsor in the top of the 6th. They take a 2-1 lead.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Well, scheduled up here in the bottom of the 6th inning is Zach Marquis, who pinched hit last inning, see if he's remaining in the game. This is an exhibition game. And I believe he is. It's number 9. That's Zach Marquis. Yep, so he's still in the game. Came in for Bernier the last inning. I mean, a couple innings ago. to pinch hit. Still on the mound for South Windsor is the big, tall right-hander Chuck King. Throws that sidearm deal for ball 1. So South Windsor scores on the benefit of a pass ball and a balk and then a suicide squeeze, and they lead it by the score of 2-1. These last 2 nights, tonight and last night, are very much like playoff baseball, with yesterday's game a 2-1 victory by Bristol, scoring a run in the bottom of the 6th and then hanging on. And it looked like, did he swing? And they're going to say he did, so it's 2-1. As he spun around and that bat went over the plate. Looks like they have another pitcher warming up in the bullpen for Bristol. And King's 2-1 delivery popped up in the infield, and the pitcher, King, calls for it and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down here for Bristol in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to bring up Mike Lemke, the right fielder, grounded out to short his last time up. Well, when you do bat 10 batters, then, you know, it's a little bit harder to have a lot of at-bats by hitters. But you got to go around. There's 2 extra hitters, 2 extra at-bats that go to someone else when you only bat twice. So batted around 3rd time around, it's a little bit longer it takes to get there. If that makes any sense. It's 1-0 now to the right-handed hitting Lemke. And there's the 1-0, and it's in there for strike 1, so it's 1-1. I know you see a lot of teams in exhibition games, they bat sometimes even more than 10, just to let everybody get a chance to bat. There's a pitch inside, so it's 2-1 now to Lemke. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Lemke. And here's the pitch. There's grounded to third. 2-hopper, handcuffs the third baseman. Long throw to first. They don't get him. That's going to be an infield single. So call that one an infield single on the speedy Lemke. He got that one out. It's only the 2nd hit of the game for Bristol. So with 1 out, they got a runner aboard. And Lemke, let's see how many stolen bases he has so far. He has 4. He's only batting .158 on the year so far. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Corey Fredette. The runner goes on the first pitch, and here's a wind-up long toss. They can't get him. Whoop, little collision there at second base. But if you're going to long-arm it, you're not going to get that guy. And Maine that time long-armed that throw and just gave that little extra second for Mike Lemke to get down there to second base. So now they got a runner at second base with 1 out. And Fredette now at the 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss as Fredette comes out of the batter's box with that swing. King now. That lanky delivery. He throws that sidearm wrist snap. And here's the pitch. And that one misses just a little bit. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 hits him on the arm. And then that puts Fredette aboard. And that's going to bring up Noah Plantamuro. Plantamuro batting .362 on the year, so you didn't want to, you know, hit the batter who's only batting .259 just to face a 300 hitter. 1 out now. Runners are at first and second. Plantamuro lined to short, robbed of a hit by Pasqualini back in the 1st inning, and then grounded to the pitcher. And here's the first pitch to him. There's a line drive right at the shortstop. That's going to be 2. Double play on the line drive. Catches the runner off second, Lemke. And that's going to be a double play. Score that one L to 6-4 to end the Bristol threat. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th inning. South Windsor hanging on to a slim 2-1 lead.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
All right, we have a new pitcher in the top of the 7th inning for Bristol, as it's going to be Steve Warkowski, who got a 2-out save last night in that comeback victory by Bristol over Avon, where they won by a score of 2-1. And Warkowski now will face Chuck King, Kruzik, if he's still in there. And it looks like he may very well bat again, as they hold on to a 2-1 lead. They got 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. And Bristol has 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. Really only 5 hits in the ball game. Some stellar pitching by both sides. And bring up Chuck King, the relief pitcher. So far today, it's been Corey Fredette started it off, followed by Alec DiLoretto, then Mike Limke, and now Steve Warkowski in the 7th inning. Warkowski's had 3 appearances, and he's got a .50 ERA. And he's only given up, 6 hits and 2 doubles, 4 walks with 13 strikeouts. So more or less a strikeout pitcher. And they'll try to hold this South Windsor team to this 2-1 lead and then come back and try to win it in the 7th or tie it. So the right-handed hitting Chuck King steps in. Nobody warming up in the South Windsor bullpen. South Windsor has a record of 15-4. They're 17-6 overall. So outside their zone, they've won 2 and lost 2. First pitch is a ground ball to short. And long throw to first, a good one. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning is Noah Plantamiro makes the nice play. That brings up Dan Kruzik. Kruzik struck out his last time up. Came on in relief of O'Mara. They're pinch hitted for O'Mara. And Warkowski now winds and deals. Curveball, that one misses just by a little bit.
Number 24, Dan Kruzik.
Fastball, ground ball to the right side. Scooped over there by Goulet. Throw to first and gets him. Nice stretch that time by Violet to get that one. So 4-3. Jake Main steps in now. Well, actually. Oh, okay. So that wasn't Goulet. That's right. Goulet switched over to third base. And Corey Fredette went over to second base. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Third base. Yep. Warkowski deals the first pitch now to Main for a strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 7th inning of a 2-1 ball game. And here's the pitch, 0-1, curveball misses. Warkowski trying to snap those curveballs. They're staying up in the zone. Just a little bit outside. There's a strike. Good hard fastball, low outside part of the plate. That time caught Main starting to bend over a little bit. Beautiful night here at Muzzy Field. And there's a one hopper that's fielded by Violet. He takes it himself to end it. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 7th inning. So Steve Warkowski does his job, and we'll be right back. The bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for Bristol to score a run to tie it or 2 to win it. Or will South Windsor take it home? We'll be right back to find that out after these important messages.
While I was overseas, the American Legion was behind me all the way, supporting me and my family back home when they needed help. Now I'm a proud member.
When I left the military, I wanted my fellow veterans to have the care and the benefits they deserve. That's why I belong to the American Legion.
I never thought the Legion would have anything for me, but they taught me about teamwork and sportsmanship, and they helped me get into college.
The American Legion. We're at work every day, serving America in so many ways. That's why I belong.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veterans service organization in the nation. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. If you're a veteran in need of help or support, please contact us. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Okay, well, Chuck King, still on the mound for South Windsor. He'll try to close it out. And he'll face Mac Goulet, Jake Violet, and Alec DiLoretto. And Bristol needs 1 to tie and 2 to win in this exhibition game. Should South Windsor win it, they would move on to 16-4. No, I'm sorry, 15-4 still in the zone. They'd be 18-6 overall. It's just an exhibition game. South Windsor's in zone 8. They lead it. Bristol, the second-place team, trailing Avon, who they defeated yesterday. To poke back a little bit, they are 13. They're 11-4 in the zone, 13-4-1 overall. So they've either won or tied their exhibition games. So walking up to the batter's box now is Mac Goulet. Goulet singled and scored a run, the only run for Bristol in the 4th inning, and grounded out to the pitcher. If he gets on, he runs. He stole 2nd and 3rd his last time up, so you don't want to put him on. You want to get him out. And here's the first pitch. It's popped up foul. That's going to be off the netting right in front of us. And here's the 0-1 pitch now to Goulet. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Solid single for Mac Goulet. Only the 2nd hit of the night, or 3rd hit of the night. That's the 4th hit, I believe. Let me just double check that. I got him 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. They've got 4 hits so far, has Bristol. But that one was a solid one. That's his 2nd hit of the night. See if he just starts running around the bases now. Jake Violet steps in, was struck out fly to right. No use bunting if he can steal. First pitch is outside for a ball. Last time he stole, though, off of Mickey Howe. And see how King delivers. And see if they run him. I believe he's going. There he goes. First pitch. There's the throw. Another long one. Do they got him? No. And that ball goes off into center field. He's running for 3rd. And that's going to make it. So the tying run is at 3rd base and nobody out. As that's what speed will do for you. So that's a stolen base at 2nd base, and I would imagine that's an error on somebody, probably key 2. So an error on the catcher. That's South Windsor's 3rd error of the game. And now they'll have a conference on the mound. That'll mean that Jake Violet, who flied to right, will try to do that one again and struck out, try to tie this game up. Nobody out. And a runner on 3rd base. So he said that if that young man Goulet got on, he was going to take off, and he did. And he ended up on 3rd after the errant throw. So the infield is up on the edge of the grass, and now they'll try to get Violet to ground out somewhere. And the first pitch to him, the curveball in there for strike 1, that was kind of flat, so he's got to hit it hard somewhere, does Violet. And looking in for the sign now. And here's the pitch. Ooh, just missed. They're trying to get him. He wants to get that pop-up, slow ground ball, probably score a run. Curveball in the dirt. Blocking it well is Maine. And going from the stretch, Chuck King. Trying to get Violet out. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Violet's aboard with a walk. So now see what they do. Runners are at first and third and nobody out. Will they stay up on the edge or will they go back to get a double play? And they're starting to creep back now in the middle. Nobody out. They may give up the run to try to turn a double play and end the threat. Let's see what the strategy is on the part of Bristol. Alec DiLoretto, who singled and ground out to short. As King, still from the stretch, now deals. That one's outside, ball 1. King has not really looked like a strikeout pitcher. He doesn't, not enough zip on the ball to really blow it by batters. He's got to get a ground ball or a pop-up in the infield. Here's the pitch. That one's low, ball 2. So the winning run is on first base in the name of Jake Violet. The tying run's at third in the name of Matt Goulet. Here's the 2-0. There's a foul ball right back in the screen. DiLoretto wanted that one. DiLoretto is batting .371 on the year. He's got 3. He's got 7 walks, only 1 extra base hit, a double. And here's the 2-1. Curveball, pop foul into the netting above the first base side roof. So it's now 2-2. Nobody warming up in that South Windsor bullpen. Here's the 2-2. The runner goes, and will they throw it? No, they don't throw it at all. They just let the runner decide. Now he decides to go to second base. He was just going to stand there. So more or less defensive indifference. Now the infield has to come up. There goes that double play as it's 3-2. So he sent the runner to stay out of the double play. Here's the pitch, and that one, it's going to be a foul ball, I would imagine. Some kind of a weird tip. And nobody remains out. Second and third. And that runner on second's got a huge lead. There's strike 3 called. They say they got him. And DiLoretto just watched that one go by, and now there's 1 out. And up comes Ryan Green, the big right-hander from St. Paul. He'll try to blast one into the outfield somewhere. A base hit will win the game, as that runner on second has a humongous lead out there. And they're going to intentionally walk Green to load the bases, try to get a double play or a force at the plate. So they walk Green, and now Anthony Lozier comes up. And Lozier grounded to short and got a sac bunt. So see if Lozier even thinks about bunting here. Now the pitcher, King, is going to go from the windup. Lozier got to try to hit it through the middle and beat it out. Here it is. There's a foul ball right side. Base hit will probably win it. As the runner on second base out there, Jake Violet getting a pretty good lead. Goulet on third, Violet on second, Green on first. Nowhere to put Anthony Lozier. 0-1 on him. Here's the pitch. Curveball almost hit him. It's 1-1 as Lozier backs out of the way. King going from the windup now. Still, rather. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. A walk will really put them in trouble because it'll tie the game and put the winning run on third with only 1 out. And here's the 2-1 delivery from Chuck King. Low pitch. It's down in the toward the dirt, and it's not going to be a strike. It's 3-1. Nowhere to put Lozier. Here's the 3-1 pitch. See if Lozier's taking. Here it is. He swings a ground ball to second base. This could be two, but here's an error by the second baseman. 1 run scores. Rounding third and coming home is the runner, and there's no play at third, and the game's over. Bristol has come back to defeat South Windsor by the score of 3-2. On that play, Anthony Lozier hit a hard ground ball to second base. The second baseman, thinking had bobbled the ball up in the air, got away from him enough to score both Maculette and Jake Violet. And just like that, Bristol comes back again from the second night in a row here at Muzzy Field and defeats South Windsor by the score of 3-2. So the hero of the game will be Anthony Lozier for putting it in play, but kudos to Maculette for getting on, stealing, getting over to third base, and then ultimately scoring, as well as Jake Violet getting on. The strategy of walking Ryan Green, you'll get no argument here from me on that one. He's such a great hitter, but Anthony Lozier puts it in play hard enough to make it a tough play at second base. And just like that, Bristol does it again for the second night in a row, comes back by a run to take it. So Bristol will now, their record will improve overall to 14-4-1. For South Windsor, their overall record drops to 17-7. Neither team would be either benefited or hurt by this game, as it was an exhibition game, but what an exhibition game it was. Then I think the winning pitcher then is going to have to be Steve Warkowski, who came out in relief for Bristol in the 7th inning, and they took the lead and won the game at that. So 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors, and maybe even 4 errors, 5 left on base for South Windsor. There's a total of 3 runs on 4 hits, and I had them at 1 error. Scoreboard has no errors in the part of Bristol, but either way, Bristol takes the game by the score of 3-2. That'll do it here for Paul LaFleur. Thank you very much tonight. The general manager of Bristol, always so accommodating to us here at SportingNewsCT.com. And for Don Boyle, my technical director, this is Steve Riley. Good night, everybody, and stay tuned to SportingNewsCT.com. Look at our schedule and see what upcoming games we have coming about. Good night, everybody.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball